Hi everyone, thanks so much for coming back onto my channel for this week's vlog. I'm Alina Ghost in case you're new here, and today I'm going to be going through my kitchen cupboards and basically creating a yes space for baby. My son is coming up fast to 10 months old, so he will be 10 months in like a few days time, but I'm just so sick of having him pull out everything in the cupboards and the drawers in the kitchen, especially like things like scissors that I have to like move away, and there are a lot of items actually that I have to just take away from him, and I have to keep saying don't have this, don't do that. So I want to create like a yes space so that actually I can just continue cooking, for example, in the kitchen without being worried about him having something that he shouldn't have. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. It's been absolutely ages since I've wanted to do this. It's been weeks and weeks. So it's about time because he's finally walking. I know it's only like 5 or 6 steps, but still it's amazing. But that also means that he's moving around so much more and that he's going from room to room. He's being more independent. So it's about time that I sort this out. But first, refreshment time. I don't know about you guys, but the first thing that I end up doing when baby goes down for a nap, that's make myself a nice cup of tea and then grab something sweet as a treat. So today I actually have some lovely cinnamon rolls that I made the night before, so I'm really looking forward to those before I start doing all the hard work in the kitchen. I'm just about to have my tea and cinnamon roll, but I'm conscious that actually baby boy is napping, so I'm trying to get this done as much as possible before he falls asleep. So I'm gonna just like do it and talk if you don't mind. So I'm planning to take everything out of the cupboards, and I'm starting with this one actually because I know this is the one that he plays with the most. I try to keep him away from this actually when I'm cooking because as you can see it's next to the oven, so if I'm using the oven I'm not happy with him actually playing with this cupboard in particular. We've got another one over there, and actually I've filmed when Chris put up some of like the baby proofing things around in the other cupboards that we don't want him to touch. So one under the sink, it's got so much like cleaning products and things like that that we don't want him to even like go near. So it's funny because we've got such an old kitchen that it was falling apart, and we did our best basically, and we've got some on so that he doesn't actually get into the bits that we don't want him to. So basically I'm going to take everything out of this one, and the idea is to just keep the things that are safe for him to have, even like bottles like this. He loves playing with the squash for some reason. You know what kids are like, you can have as many toys as you want, but they always end up playing with like things like Tupperware. I've still got this from when I was pregnant, and actually I don't need it anymore, so that's a great way to declutter. I'm decluttering at the same time that I'm creating a space that I don't mind him playing in. I'm gonna give it a nice clean as well actually. I'm going to put the breakable stuff at the top just in case baby boy does wake up and he ends up helping me, which I'm guessing that he probably will do. Actually, I was going to mention this. I created a bucket full of like his Tupperware and his like bowls and things. Oh, and I've actually got like breastfeeding bottles as well, but it's just everything that he can actually chew on, play with, and yeah, some fun stuff that he can actually like play in the kitchen with. The funny thing is though, because I've used a popcorn bucket, which he absolutely loved playing with when he was a little bit younger, because there was like a little bit of popcorn left at the bottom and then he'd just like throw it around the room. Now, because it's so contained and so well stored. He just seems to ignore it and go for like all the other stuff that he's not allowed to have. Typical, isn't it? One of his favourite snacks. So this is the main reason why I wanted to actually do this cupboard, because he keeps going for the cups and the mugs and things. So I want to make sure that this is actually moved out of the way completely so that he can't break it in case I'm not around to actually watch him every second. As you can see, it's a West Ham mug. My other half will be so annoyed. Quick tea break. I've been watching YouTuber Natalie Bennett, who does plenty of like declutter videos and everything, and she says that the first thing to do to declutter is actually take everything out of your cupboards or drawers or whatever you're decluttering and put it so that you can actually see what's in there. So when it comes to the oil, for example, that's one of the primary things that I wanted to remove from the cupboard, because imagine him spilling the oil on the floor. It will be such a pain trying to clean that up. So that's one of the first things to go. Notice that the things that I'm putting back is anything that I don't think is breakable and just easygoing stuff that I think he might be able to chew on, and also that are fun. So for example, those chicken egg cup holders are just super cute, and it's such a shame that when you've got so much in your cupboards you actually forget that they're there. Anyway, this is like the second cupboard that I've moved some of the stuff from the first cupboard into this one, because this one's actually locked. But as you can see, because our kitchen is so old, that shelf is actually not stable at all. So I checked it a few times just to make sure that all of the crockery and cups and things that I'm putting into it aren't actually going to fall and break, but no promises. However, we have lived here for like 6 years and it hasn't ever fallen off yet, so fingers crossed it stays that way. Going back to the original cupboard, I've put back his squashes that I know that he loves so well, as well as the other stuff that I don't think are breakable. Aidan, кто проснулся? Это ты проснулся. Ты проснулся. Да? Пойдем вниз помогать маме? Пойдешь вниз помогать маме? Пойдешь вниз? Бу. Как обезьянка делает. Твои волосики. Твои волосики. Идем вниз. Мы пойдем вниз. Пойдешь помогать маме. Иди. Whilst Aidan is happy and eating after his nap, I've actually finished the cupboard behind me, which is awesome, just in time for him to wake up. But I'm going to do the drawers as well. So what I'm going to do is feed Aidan, get to the drawers and get him to playing with the yes space of the first cupboard, which I'm really chuffed about. I'm now going in for the drawers. That first one I opened is actually full of just towels and things, so I thought that was fine. But that bottom drawer is that drawer that everybody has where you just dump all the rubbish into. As you can see, I've got some folders there, so I'm going to put that away with our other work papers and things. And then I've also started taking out all the random bits that I found, from like screws to pens pens to weird measuring things, an old pound that I just showed you. So I'm just gonna take all that stuff like I did with the cupboard and see what I've got so that I can get rid of it and then have a nice clean up whilst Aidan is now helping me. Now it seems that he's found the other drawer that we've got full of rubbish as well. So it's mostly actually full of like dog poo bags and food bags as well. I don't know why we keep them in the same place, so I'm going to change that. But as you can see, I've been trying to hand him like a spoon of his and things that I don't think will actually hurt him in any way, and he's trying to reach out for those elastic bands and all the screws. So yes, I found even more screws in this drawer, so I'm getting rid of those. I'm going to have a nice clean up, and then I'm going to start putting in all the Tupperware, or rather the cutlery, and like the plastic utensils, the wooden ones, anything that I can find that he can like play with, and I'm going to put that in there because I think that's a really nice height. I'm now distracting him with the first cupboard that I cleared out and sorted out for him, whilst I try and sort out some things into separate bags. One's for the garage, the other one's for the bin. Trying to work out what these things are as well, that's another mission. But as you can see, Aidan is absolutely loving his cupboard that's full of just things to pull out, chuck onto the floor, play with, chew. But yeah, I think this is very, very successful. Basically, I've made piles of stuff that I need to either throw away, put in the garage, and most of it is going into the garage. I don't know why we ended up having like a drawer full of like nails and random things. As you saw throughout my organisation, somebody was helping me de-organise. I think he's very much enjoying the noisy cupboard. No, it's so good just to be able to let him play and explore whilst I actually sort some stuff out around the house. So this is working perfectly well, even though it's really, really noisy. As I mentioned, I made a lovely little drawer for him full of the stuff that I don't mind him actually taking out, playing with. So I added some Tupperware to it and some of his like boxes as well, so he can actually take any of that, and it's a really good height for him rather than trying to reach out and potentially hurting himself. But he seems like he's absolutely loving the ladle there. The one at the bottom, I'm still not sure what to put in there, but I'm sure I'll find something. Maybe I'll hide some toys in there once in a while and change them up every now and again. Anyway, as you just saw, I'm definitely going to have to buy more of those baby proofing hooks just to make sure that he doesn't get into those that he's not supposed to. So basically I'm going to sort those bits out on the worktop, and then I think I'm going to stop there for today. But thanks so much for watching. If you did like the video, please do give me a thumbs up. I'd really, really love that and appreciate it. Obviously, don't forget to comment as well, and actually let me know how you baby-proof your house and whether you make a yes space even without realising you might do. Thanks so much, and until next week.